People of Earth, good evening. Welcome to this edition 43 of Star Nation News, where I will bring you news from off-world organizations regarding events that impact the future of Earth as a planetary civilization. This week, I have the honor and pleasure to transmit to you the message of High Commander Thor Han Eredyon from the Galactic Federation of Worlds. High Commander Thor Han Eredyon will comment on the information that was brought to you in last week's edition of Star Nation News. So I will invite you now to sit back and relax and hear about the disclosure plan, the closure ceremony and the opening ceremony of the Olympics, and many more regarding the fall of another empire, this time on Earth. Engage. I will leave now the speech to High Commander Thor Han Eredyon, who is talking from his workplace, the Excelsior XL6 battleship of the Galactic Federation of Worlds. Here is for you, High Commander Thor Han Eredyon.
Sometimes, the world you live in seems like a puddle of uncertainty and darkness, not because of the nature of events, but because of ignorance. Faith in the future and in victory is not gained by knowing that everything is going to be all right, but it comes through the uncertainty of the future, when you can't see the outcome, but you still believe that the light will succeed. Faith is knowing that even if you cannot see the light of day, you trust that the sun will rise at the end of the night. You are your own savior, and what drives your actions is hope. It is not because you do not see the light that it is not there. If you want to see the light of hope, open your eyes to the truth, for the night lasts for those who keep their eyelids closed. For the past 7 years, you have been shown the efforts of your enemies to subjugate you and take away your future, your rights, freedom, and sovereignty. You have been shown their actions, their coded symbols by which they have communicated all this time, the very foundations of their societies, which were the foundations of a global prison, where the walls were built with your labor, and the padlocks of your cages were nothing more than made with your own thoughts. The Galactic Federation of Worlds, in coordination with the Earth Alliance, has been working to expose the deepest darkness and shatter the artificial screen of illusion that has been placed before your eyes. We have revealed to you how the controlled mainstream media has brainwashed and formatted your minds to the point of weaponizing your own thoughts against yourselves. You have been groomed to think what the Central Intelligence told you to think. Through the controlled mainstream media, you were slowly assimilated, with your consent, into a hive mind. This was the work of a despicable invader named Nebu, known to Earth as the Dominion, Orion Group, or Betelgeuse Ebon Greys. They were part of a now dismantled alliance of 6 pernicious civilizations, and that alliance is now being dismantled. The cleverest intervention that guaranteed the highest percentage of success was the infiltration of their structures. Many of our dedicated personnel compromised themselves to join the darkest of these organizations and play at their own games, dismantling them from within. This operation took decades, and we are now seeing the fruits of the sacrifice of these beings who will forever remain unknown heroes. They are many, many. The Galactic Federation of Worlds worked on infiltration operations, defense, and scientific cooperation. I have already told you about this. As for the latest development in the matter of disclosure, we have been working on many fronts simultaneously. Some of our infiltrated assets have come to light in the last 2 years, revealing the Earth Alliance's work in technology cooperation in the field of retro-engineering of our technologies, as well as the existence of the enemy's dark programs working in the same field, but for different purposes, such as weaponizing non-Earth technologies. Of course, these last could never achieve such success, as the enemy they were associated with, such as the Nebu and the Charkar, never gave the humans of Earth the keys to understand and replicate their weapons, for obvious reasons. Everything we planned, the enemy planned to counter. If you have been following what has been going on lately with congressional hearings and groups being dissolved as quickly as they are being created for the sole purpose of hijacking disclosure, you may have found it either confusing or exciting. All you have to do is sit back and watch. You will see the enemy's game slowly coming into the light. Alina asked me my opinion about the recent Olympic ceremonies, and I was happy to answer her request. She knew, of course, that we were no strangers to the operation. Remember and keep this in mind at all times. The enemy you call the deep state has lost total control of humanity. Its power is diminishing like the trail of a comet. Here is what I can comment on. What I am about to say is of course of value to the remaining leaders of the deep state. But in this case, I am referring specifically to the leader of the country that hosted these circus games. It is often by encouraging the mad king on his throne to show the best of his madness that we can awaken his subjects and start a revolution. So we just did that. We pushed them to the extreme to reveal in a shocking bright light their evil agendas, such as the annihilation of the gender binarity, child trafficking, and the purpose behind it. Where these children are taken and by whom? The true face of the Roman religious institution that has never been of the light and has always subjugated you to bow in fear before false gods. And who these false gods were that you have been worshipping all this time? Lucifer Marutuk and his mentor Ya-Enlil, who took the title of Yahweh, the light bearer. This title is held by two beings who play opposite roles, Marutuk and Issa, or Yeshua as you know him. Both are light bearers, but the Roman institution replaced the messenger of light, Yeshua, with the fallen angel Lucifer Marutuk, former light bearer who fell to the dark side of his uncle Enlil. I am sure that the heir of the Anak Empire is best qualified to develop this topic, as I am only an observer in this matter. He lived and endured these times and struggles with these beings. You can ask him about the Yeshua Lucifer or Christ Antichrist inversion. The enemy had planned for the return of Marutuk, but it is his father who returned instead, the father of the true, real light bearer, Issa Yeshua. The Olympic Games are the most globally watched event every 4 years on Earth. In previous events, We have shown to you the plans of the deep state through artwork displays and choreographies. What a better opportunity, as all the world is watching. The organizers of these events are not of the Earth Alliance. They are not, but have been cleverly infiltrated by our assets and influenced. Remember, everything that you see is a show. Yes, you understood everything you were shown at the opening ceremony of these games. However, there is something crucial I want you to understand. This was an orchestrated disclosure under the nose of your enemy, using the enemy's resources and media. And so was the closing ceremony of these games. You have seen the darkness, the inversions, the trafficking, the social engineering exposed. You have been shown the darkness of it all under the label Apocalypse. The Great Reveal. The closing ceremony shows you the aftermath of this great revelation. Many of you, trained to see darkness everywhere, believe that this was a somber display of Lucifer descending into a man-made hell to subdue lost souls. You have missed the message. Lucifer is no more. He left Earth and lived on Saturn, of which he was the rock, a long time ago, and then he was cast out of that star system, never to return. What the Dark Ones worshipped all that time was just a shadow of a shadow. Marutuk will never return, for he was defeated in his Marutuk identity, far from this star system, and that is a story only his biological father can tell. Lucifer is no more. The true light bearers are now each and every one of you, who are awakening to the truth and carrying that light through the darkness of ignorance. You are the awakeners. In the final show of these planetary games, you were shown the aftermath of the Great Reveal, when humanity rises from the ashes and becomes strong again, as they unite despite their differences. The Golden Voyager descending from the sky represents the star nations landing in a world where, after all the wars have ended, the inhabitants of a reviving planet, in the midst of defeating a great enemy, finally forget what divided them and become one planetary nation. The Golden Voyager refers to the Voyager probe, which carries information about your planet, its location, and the type of life forms it hosts, carved on a golden disc. Sent 47 years ago as we speak, it was a message from Earth to us. And we have returned to guide you through your victory. A future that you have built for yourselves. A victory that you have won with merit. A future that you have made your own. Now, you must move from this show on and be attentive to what is going on in the real world. To the next batch of disclosure that is coming, and this will not be a show, but real, groundbreaking testimonies from high-grades military personnel. My name is Thor Han Eredyon. I have been Elena's partner for millions of years, and I am currently working as an officer in the high command of a battle station in orbit around your planet. This is the task I have chosen for the time being, for the mission. I have borne many other names, as have you. All of you. Your mortal bodies carry an eternal being that has never known the beginning of the universe and will never know the end. Receive my love.
This world, which is changing, is already free. But you need now to make it free from your mind. Create the future you want by manifesting, by thought, the holographic reality that you want, how you want it. Live in it now, in this moment. Create in your mind a vision. And this vision, create it as a hologram from all points of view. Above, below, right, left, front, back. Create it and turn it and then enter in it and project it outside. Imprint this reality you want onto the reality that is now. The universe tends towards perfection. That is the dynamics of evolution. So if your vision is more perfect and more resonant and less dissonant, that this reality, well, it will work. People of Earth, I am delighted to accompany you into this amazing adventure that is the liberation of humans.
Star Nation News was brought to you by Elena Danan. Don't miss the latest news every Monday on Elena Danan's channel. Video directed by Steph Zach.